For years, most Rush fans believed they would never see the band perform together again. After the heartbreaking loss of Neil Peart in 2020, many felt the story of Rush had reached its final chapter. Neil wasn't just the drummer, he was one-third of the band's identity, a legendary musician whose influence stretched far beyond progressive rock. That's why the announcement of Rush's 50-something tour shocked the music world. Founding members Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson decided to return to the stage for the first time in over a decade, bringing acclaimed drummer Anika Niles along for the journey. The tour celebrates more than 50 years of Rush's music while honoring Neil's legacy. But while many fans celebrated the comeback, others weren't so sure. Social media quickly exploded with debates, arguments, and emotional reactions. Some fans called the return a beautiful tribute. Others questioned whether Rush could truly be Rush without Neil Peart behind the drum kit. And that's where the controversy began. To understand why fans are so divided, you have to understand just how important Neil Peart was to Rush. He wasn't simply a drummer keeping time in the background. He was widely regarded as one of the greatest drummers in rock history. His technical skill, creativity, and unique style helped define Rush's sound for decades. But Neil's contributions went far beyond drumming. He was also the band's primary lyricist, writing many of the songs that fans still connect with today. Tracks like Tom Sawyer, Limelight, and The Spirit of Radio became more than just rock songs. They became part of Rush's identity. For some longtime fans, that identity ended when Neil passed away. They believe replacing him is impossible, regardless of who sits behind the drum kit. In their eyes, Rush without Neil is like a puzzle missing one of its most important pieces. That's why the announcement of Anika Niles immediately sparked strong reactions. While many musicians praised her talent, some fans questioned whether anyone should be performing Rush songs in Neil's place. Others argued that honoring the music is exactly what Neil would have wanted. As the debate intensified online, one thing became clear. This wasn't just about a tour. It was about legacy, loyalty, and what Rush means to millions of fans around the world. What makes this debate even more interesting is the choice of Anika Niles. Unlike many drummers who simply try to imitate Neil Peart's style, Anika has built her own reputation as a world-class musician. Known for her incredible technique, creative grooves, and unique approach to rhythm, she earned respect long before her name was ever connected to Rush. Supporters of the tour believe that's exactly why she was chosen. Instead of finding someone to copy Neil note for note, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson appear to have selected a drummer capable of honoring the music while bringing her own personality to the performance. To them, that's a sign of respect rather than replacement. But not everyone sees it that way. Some fans argue that Rush's music was created through the chemistry between three specific individuals. They believe the connection between Geddy, Alex, and Neil was impossible to recreate. No matter how talented Anika may be, they feel the original magic can never truly return. Others have taken a different position. They point out that Rush has always been a band built on musical evolution. Throughout its history, the group constantly experimented with new sounds, technologies, and ideas. From that perspective, continuing to evolve may actually be one of the most Rush-like decisions the band could make. As ticket sales surged and excitement grew, the fan base found itself split into two passionate camps, each convinced they were protecting Rush's legacy in their own way. Another reason fans are divided is the emotional weight attached to this comeback. For many people, Rush isn't just a band. It's the soundtrack to decades of memories. Fans grew up with these songs, attended concerts with friends and family, and followed the band's journey through every era. Because of that connection, emotions often outweigh logic. Some fans see the tour as a celebration of everything Rush accomplished over more than 5 decades. They view it as an opportunity for a new generation to experience these legendary songs performed live. Many never had the chance to see Rush before the band's final tour in 2015, making this comeback feel like a once-in-a-lifetime event. On the other hand, some longtime followers worry that returning without Neil could unintentionally change how people remember the band. They fear the focus might shift away from the original legacy and toward comparisons that no musician could ever win. Social media has only intensified those feelings. Every new interview, rehearsal clip, and tour updates sparks hundreds of comments. Some praise Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson for keeping the music alive. Others insist that Rush officially ended the day Neil Peart passed away. What's fascinating is that both sides are motivated by the same thing, a deep love and respect for Rush. They simply have very different ideas about what honoring that legacy actually means. Despite the controversy, there is one fact that nobody can deny. People are talking about Rush again in a way they haven't for years. Music forums, YouTube channels, podcasts, and social media groups are filled with discussions about the band's future. Whether fans support the tour or oppose it, the comeback has reignited interest in Rush across the rock world. Interestingly, some of the strongest support has come from fellow musicians. Many drummers have praised Anika Neely's for taking on what may be one of the most challenging jobs in modern rock. Following in Neil Peart's footsteps isn't just difficult from a technical standpoint, it's emotionally demanding as well. Every performance will be compared to one of the most respected drummers in music history. Meanwhile, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson have made it clear that this project is not about replacing Neil. By all indications, they view the tour as a celebration of the music and the fans who have supported Rush for more than 50 years. That's an important distinction because even many supporters agree that Neil Peart can never truly be replaced. In the end, the debate surrounding Rush's return may never fully disappear. And perhaps that's exactly what makes this moment so significant. For one group of fans, Rush without Neil Peart simply isn't Rush. They believe the band's story reached its natural conclusion in 2020, and no tour, no matter how well-intentioned, can change that. Their position comes from respect, admiration, and a desire to protect the legacy of a musician who helped shape generations of rock fans. For another group, the return of Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson represents something entirely different. They see it as a celebration rather than a replacement. To them, keeping the music alive is one of the best ways to honor Neil's contributions. Instead of focusing on what's missing, they choose to celebrate what remains, a catalog of timeless songs and a connection that continues to unite millions of fans around the world. What's remarkable is that both sides are driven by the same passion. Whether they're cheering for the comeback or questioning it, they're doing so because Rush matters to them. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway of all. Very few bands can disappear for years and still spark this level of conversation, emotion, and excitement. The fact that fans are debating so intensely proves just how important Rush remains in rock history. Love it or hate it, the 50-something tour has already accomplished one thing. It has reminded the world why Rush continues to be one of the most respected and influential bands of all time. As the lights go down and the first notes ring out on opening night, one question will remain in every fan's mind. Is this the beginning of a new chapter or the final celebration of a legendary story? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, everyone will be watching.